system, the 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 system.
Prepare to be aware. Hello, everybody. This is The System. I'm your host and producer, Jamel, and there I have here a guest with me, Jay. He just been released 50 days ago, formerly incarcerated. Now he's home, being a family man, taking care of his son, taking care of his business. Tell me about yourself, Jay.
My name is Jason. Everybody call me Jay. Born and raised in the Bronx. Coming up from poverty, took to the streets at a young age. Um, gravitated towards the fast life, easy money, which I thought was at the time. But with that came a lot of the system, as we call the podcast, and the system of the when you live in a criminal lifestyle, you get caught up in the system. It's a web. And I took to selling drugs. I chose life to sell drugs illegally. And unfortunately I got incarcerated, spent quite some time in prison, in and out of prison since a young age. And I just been released about 50 days ago for just finished doing 8 years. It's been a little rough, but now I'm home, we free, and we on to bigger and better things, and we trying to, grow, evolve, and be fathers to our children. You know what I'm saying?
So what was your hardest thing when you was incarcerated for 8 years? What was your hardest thing in there going through incarceration?
My hardest thing was the fact that my child was born 45 days after my incarceration. So, and this was my first child ever in life. So that was the most excruciating pain that I've been through. I can't describe it besides that one word, excruciating, man, because, all I ever wanted to be was a father and a family man. And I took that away from my son. I let him down. I let his mother down while she was pregnant. I left her, to struggle and be a single parent on her own for all them years, so that was the hardest thing for me as far as mentally is concerned. Besides the mental trauma that you go through while you incarcerated.
So how old your son is now?
He's 8. He's 8 years old.
The good thing is that you made it out. He's still young, and still able. He's still developing. And you still spend time with him. As myself, I lost a daughter when I was incarcerated.
Oh man,
she's
God bless.
16. I turned 17, and she passed away. But she's a blessing. So I was hoping to come home and spend some time with her, but that didn't happen like that. But she was a gift from God, and she was a blessing to me and others.
God bless you.
So at least you out here,
rest in peace.
and then you got a chance now to build with your son and teach him and help him grow and things like that. So we was incarcerated. What other challenges you faced? I mean, I know you was in there when they had the strike going on, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just was there when they did the strike. The strike happened approximately like 2 months prior to my release, 2 to 3 months prior to my release, and it was kind of it was out of the norm. So when they COs went on strike, National Guards came in to basically conduct the regular services. Well, not even the regular services because they shut everything down. They shut the programs down. Yard, then couldn't go to the yard, exercise, nothing. Everything was in-house. So, you know, it took you out of your normal daily activities and elements that you dealing with and put a little more stress on top of you. So
what was the strike about? I mean, what they was claiming?
I'm gonna be honest with you. In my opinion, and a lot of others would agree that the strike wasn't really about the officers wanting to change the Holt Law Act, and things of that nature. What happened was prior to them striking, certain correctional officers, a lot of correctional officers actually, had got put under investigation and fired for basically murdering a young black man in a Marcy Correctional Facility while he was in handcuffs. It was all over the news. Everybody knows about this. But you could Google it and it'll pop up. And what happened was, as soon as that the officers got indicted and got criminal charges against them, all of a sudden, all these officers in all these New York State prison correctional facilities want to go on strike, claiming that it's about the Holt Law and about the understaffing that they work in, 24-hour shifts or 16-hour shifts on a constant basis and can't be out with their families and stuff. To me, that was far from the truth, because if this been an ongoing thing, it's been ongoing for some years now. Why y'all didn't decide to strike, way before this, way before these officers got indicted, way before they got caught on camera murdering a young black man, in a prison, which they've been doing for years. They've been doing this to us for years. Black and Hispanic men get murdered on a regular basis, get beat down, get broken bones and jaws and teeth knocked out, losing their visions, thrown down steps while you're handcuffed. You understand? And, it's been brutality against us, not only out, in the free world, in the U.S., but also inside the prison system. This ain't nothing new. It's just what happened was they got exposed. And if it wasn't for those cameras that they had on their bodies, which they thought it wasn't recording at the time, because nobody was made aware that when the camera's recording 24/7, whether it's on green or it's on red, the camera's always recording, and they got caught. So if it wasn't for that camera, the system would still be the way it is, as it was a few months ago.
So you think the
Right.
cameras are going to change things? I mean, like, is it
The
changing
cameras
things?
definitely changed a lot. The cameras changed a lot. It changed drastically the way the behavior of the officers, how they treated us. You know what I'm saying? How they, the physical, violent that officers used to conduct on us, it definitely changed drastically. They're very highly upset about that. And,
So, yeah. Okay.
yeah, you guys
So,
go ahead.
so yeah. So, let's go back. I mean, so what have you ever seen there or done to you by correction officers when you was incarcerated 8 years? I mean, your experience.
I've been harassed. I've been basically put on a wall before and harassed to the point where, I got punched in the ribs. I got smacked in the back of the head, choked. It's been little situations.
The system. It confines us. It does not define us.
We'll see you on our next episode. Stay tuned.